Hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn. Ow. Back there somewhere. Do we have any nurses? We have any nurses in the building? Because I slept on my hand wrong. And let me tell you, right here is messed up. My mom was like, if it was your other finger, that would mean that you got a fiance on the way. Girl, leave me alone. Leave me alone. How are we doing, my loves? No, let me make this a different color. This is not. Hold on. Y'all know I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. What would even for the ticker? Oh, they all gotta be the same color? All right, well, listen. I'm figuring it out as I go. Hey, y'all. How we doing? Hey, Trixie. What's up, Soprano, too? But yeah, right here, nurses. Right here. And I apologize for this. Guys, I went, if you can see it. Oh, Nikki, what are you doing? Yeah, that's gross. But I cannot get this, and this is from the nail salon. I cannot get this fingernail polish off my nail. So I'm like waiting for it to like fall off because I don't want to like have it sit in acetone. Yeah, acetone. I don't want to have it sit in there. But baby, I got a lot going on. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to y'all for like what? 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get started. How are we doing? We're back, Kimberly. We're back. My text messages are going off. Of course. Oh, damn it. I can't send that to him. Yes. I had the wrong dates for Drag Race. So actually Drag Race is tomorrow, not Friday. So forgive me, but I'm back open. Love you. Sorry. I'm a one-woman show. No, Graciela. I just want to let everybody come into the room. Because you know I'm using like a different format with this StreamYard thing. So I'm like, I'm getting used to it. Oh, see, CB said, what'd you say, CB? CB said you can soak a cotton ball and remover, acetone, put it on your nail and wrap it in tinfoil for like 2. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll give that a try. Thank you so much, CB. You know what, Zabita? Let's talk about it. Because where is it? I'm going to answer these 2 things and then we're going to get started. Zavita said, y'all see Natalie's sexy facial expressions. She thinks they're sexy. She looks constipated. It's always, it's like, girl, do you need some like smooth move? What is going on? It's not sexy. It's not giving what you think is giving, Natalie. And then let me answer this one right here. Yes, I did, Crystal. It was absolutely bizarre. It was so bizarre. Stephanie's tell-all was so bizarre. Like, it did not help her in any kind of way. It was just weird. It was so weird. And that poor man that she was holding hostage to, like, confirm that she doesn't drink or do pills. Weird. Absolutely weird. I was just like, Stephanie, you're not helping. You're not helping your situation. What time is it? 4:35. We can get started. 1. Oh. I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you, Earth Kissed? How are you? Yes. 1, 2, 3. Hey, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? What's up, Graciela? Come on in the room. Hey, basically, Brittany, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Denard is here. And you know, Denard gets into these comments. He sure do. How you doing, baby? What's up, Fabiola? Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Soprano 2 is here. So come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? You know who is really fine, and I don't think he'll ever get ugly? Yaya Mateen. Is that how you say his name? Yaya Mateen? Nicole Mateen. Oh, that'd be cute. Anyway, he's really fine. I was watching, what is it called? The Chicago 6 something. Something I'm watching because of him. And I was like, you're very attractive. I can't stand him, but I want one. I can't stand men, but I want one. Especially when they're chocolate and 6'3". What's up? What's up? I'm going to be a mess this summer. No, I'm not. I have anxiety. I'm not going outside. I'm not going anywhere. I'm lying. Oh, and please excuse. Listen, y'all. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening over. Ugh, look at me. Let me tell you something. Shout out to the YouTube 9-year-olds. Nikki is coming for you. Everything I've learned from YouTube, I've learned from a 9-year-old. The kids be on here teaching. Hey, Tammy Jackson. Hey.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh.
Could you say it again, please?
Oh, girl, I was not talking to you. I was talking to Tammy Jackson. Go away, Siri. I hate when you listen to my messages. My bestie is coming out. Oh, we should do some videos together. Because my best friend is coming out to see me because of COVID. Oh, what is it? The panini is almost over and he's vaccinated. Hey. Siri, mind you. Oh, God. Yes, S. Golden. Thank you. C. Golden. Thank you. Basically, Brittany. Girl. I'm telling you, when I crush, I crush. I like, that's about it for me. I like crush and I don't do nothing else. That's a shame. That's a shame. I gotta do better. I really, really do. I gotta do better. I gotta shoot my shot, but I don't like shooting. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I would be the perfect candidate for like 90 Day Fiance because that's it. I don't feel like putting all that work into anything else. It's like, do you like me? I like you. You want to start a family? I can't do that other stuff. I can't do that other stuff. See, Golden, we will get into Julia. Anyway, thank y'all for coming in the room. Thank y'all. Oh, yes, Kimberly. I'm going to make that happen. Ooh, did I put that in there? What time did that live start? Moderators. My moderators who were in my Atlanta review. What time did I start that Atlanta review? Can you let me know, moderators, if you remember? Did I start it at 5? Did I start at 5 minutes? Let your girl know. Because I feel like I started at 5. I think I did. I think I can. Come and ride a train and ride it, choo-choo train. think I can. I had the best music of my childhood. Let me tell you something. It started at 9:40. Really, Shonda? What time am I looking at? Thank you so much, Shonda. Ciao. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Hey, if you're new here, hi. How I do these reviews is yeah. I talk for about 20 to 30 minutes, just giving you the notes on what I have. The tell all might be a little shorter just because I don't have couples to go through. I'm just talking about what I observed during the tell all. But I'm going to talk about the tell all. I will only stop and acknowledge super chats, cash apps, Venmos, or anything like that. If you send me something outside of this format, let your girl know. And I will acknowledge that. I only do that because I was raised right. So I'm going to acknowledge that. And then I want to get through the live so that people, or the review, so that people who want to, hop in and watch the review can watch it without being interrupted. And so I can keep my train of thought. And then after that, we'll get into the chit chatter and we'll talk about the show, which will probably lead us talking into something else. You know what? I also got to stop talking about that man because I realize that I'm starting to know people who know people who know people. And I don't need that getting back. You ain't ever gonna know you got me like this. Never. Anyway, if you are just here for the review, beloveds, it starts right meow. Let me stop talking about him. It's the last time I'm talking about that man. I'm lying. It'll probably come up again when I'm ovulating. First of all, I don't believe about 90% of what happened on this tell-all, right? Here's why. The cast, because a lot of the people on this cast were newbies, right? And because of that, I think a lot of them were turned up. You know what I mean? It was very obvious that a lot of people were just, saying stuff to get camera time, just doing the most for TV. A lot of them were. The vets were playing it cool, but a lot of the newbies were playing it up to the cameras. Julia, this was her moment. Julia was interjecting herself into stuff she did not need to interject herself into. Like she was, oh no, wait, no, that's okay. Like all over the place. She was really excited. You know what I mean? Like it's her first time on TV. So, she was eating it up. I'm not going to hate on that, but I just felt like a lot of this tell-all was a bit scripted. And not saying that, all the other tell-alls aren't scripted, but this one was very obviously scripted. Anyway, the tension was very thick with this cast as well. My thing is, why y'all talk trash about each other online and then get in front of each other and it's just like, oh, I hope so-and-so is not upset. I hope this person isn't mad at me. I hope we don't get into it. If you was calling somebody a whore who married somebody for citizenship online, she's still going to have beef with you at the reunion if you've never rectified that. Like they do this all the time. They always say, oh, we got into it, but I didn't know she was still mad. If you've never talked to that person after you insulted them online and y'all got into it, had a little dust up, they're still pissed. Y'all didn't fix anything. So they're absolutely still pissed. Because Rebecca makes this comment. Why is my phone blowing up right now? Like, what's going on? Is Mercury and micro braids? Is that it? Mercury and micro braids? It's a lot going on today. But Rebecca was just like, well, I said some things about Natalie on Instagram and I hope she's not still mad. Why wouldn't she still be mad, Rebecca? You didn't fix it. You didn't fix it with her. I get, and this happens with all these reality TV shows. They have to talk about the show, right? Like with the Real Housewives, they all have to do a little snooty and snotty blog. Like they have to go after each other in the blogs. That is what is required of them to be on this show, right? So a lot of them do that to fuel tension and problems with other cast members throughout the season to keep the drama going so that everybody's talking about each other on Instagram on Twitter, on the Facebook groups and all of this stuff, right? And send this up to blogs. That's what this show has to do as well. They all have to comment on this show, whether it be on their social medias or by way of, doing stuff like coming and doing YouTube interviews or, entertainment, or media, gossip media, blog sites and stuff like that. They all have to do that, right? Because what happens is it keeps you, the viewer, engaged in their lives, not just on the show, outside of the show. So you start to grow a relationship, they start to grow a following, the show starts to grow a following. And because you're building this relationship where you think you know this person, the show realizes they have you all the way in. So not only do they have you all the way into this story and this couple that you will follow throughout because you now feel like you have some kind of relationship with them, now they can also hawk to you different shows or merchandise. That's the end all be all, right? Just to make more money off of the viewer. So a lot of times they're talking crap about each other, don't really care, don't really know the person like that. This is not something that they really want to do, but they are doing it because it is required of them during the show. So I don't, for one, know why you would say something nasty about somebody online, right? Not fix it with them and then get to the reunion and be like, I hope there's no tension. There's tension, right? And I also don't know why everybody in the show doesn't know that is like what you do. So don't get mad when Rebecca says something about you, Natalie, when you're probably saying the same thing about different people on the show, because this is what you're all supposed to do. Don't get mad that Rebecca probably said something that stung a little bit more than, what you think you said about somebody else. That's what y'all supposed to do. That's the job. Take it in stride. You know what I mean? Yara was the only one who was taking all the stuff in stride. Yara was so cool, calm, and collected this reunion. I was a little concerned because I was just like, you were flipping out over nothing on the season. Now it's like, well, there's something I can do about it now. Yara, were you and Joby turning it up for the cameras? Probably, not hating. But now I feel like I'm seeing a little different, a better and different side of this couple. I will say this, right? When Natalie saw Rebecca, I was dying at her comment because it was so shady in Natalie's own little way because, Rebecca says some stuff about her on Instagram, but Natalie's response in Russian was, I hope the the aggressive lady in yellow doesn't say anything mean to me. Natalie, the aggressive lady in yellow, you know who Rebecca is. You did not have to describe her like that. I hope the aggressive lady in yellow doesn't say anything mean to me. So she's saying it in Russian to Yara or Julia, I believe. And then she looks at Rebecca because Rebecca knows she's being talked about, right? Man, uncomfortable. But then she looks at Rebecca and she just says, be nice to me because if you're not nice to me and you're mean to me, I give it back to you. I'm like, Natalie came to this reunion locked and loaded. She knew she was going to be the star of this reunion. Unfortunately, she did not prepare for Miss Julia because Julia, she was going to let that camera know this was my time and this is my show. Julia, she had an opinion about so many things. This is the thing that cracked me up about Julia. She had an opinion about everything else that was going on with every other couple. But then when it came to her, then when it came to Miss Julia, not much to say there. Not much to say there. Andrew, do I have anything? Do I have? We got to talk about it. Hold on. God. I hope my mom is not watching this live. She's gonna kill me. But first of all, before I go on, Anika gave your girl a super chat. Thank you, Anika. Thank you, my love. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, Lord. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Anika. Let's talk about Andrew and his bang, right? So, Andrew comes on a show, right? Is it? Yeah. So sorry, Mom. So the whole time he has this bang on. This is actually cute. Okay. The whole time he got this bang. And when I'm looking at Andrew, I'm realizing that this bang yang is a choice, right? And not only is it a choice, it's a personality trait for him. Y'all remember back in the day, like middle school, when we all like, I don't know if this is a black thing, but I think this is just a culture thing, right? American culture thing. I think it's just a thing that happens at a certain age. You know, when you get to a certain age where your parents start to let you play with your hair and do your own thing, remember, all the girls got a bang. When your parents were just like, giving you a little bit more freedom and what you want to do with your hair, our first thing was to get a bang. Everybody got a bang, right? But we grew out of bang personality. Andrew has not grown out of bang personality, right? Because he walks in and the bang is like leading him. So wherever the bang goes, that's where Andrew goes. He's like, hey, hi, everybody. Hey, how you doing? And the bang is just leading him around the stage. And I'm like, what? What? You're a grown man. What is up with you in this bang? I didn't know, because a lot of times in the show, he had his hair pulled back, but this bang was real specific, this reunion, where it was like, it's how it led him. It was like in how he sat. It was with the bang. Yeah. I was just like, what is up with you? And then, you know what, Andrew? Does this bang make you feel sexy? Is that his sexy thing? Is that what oh my God. Is he trying to be Fabio? That's probably what's happening, because it was just so obvious, this tell-all, that it was all about the bang for him. I'm just like, I can't believe production didn't tell him to pull his hair back. It was all, no, yeah. Doing all of that. Pull it behind your ear. But I think this is his personality trait, a banging. Wow, we figured that out. Oh, ah! She's going to kill. I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys. Anyway, so Andrew in this bang was getting on my nerves the whole reunion, especially when he was walking out. Wait, sorry, Mom. I got to do the walkout part. Yes. Come on, Andrew. Yes. No, she's not coming out. Well, I deserve to talk. No, well, it's fine. All right. I'm leaving, guys. I'm leaving. Bye, boy. Bye. Anyway, before I go on, we got a super chat. Super chat from Anika. Anika said, I'm bagging up the Bon Jovi. I'm bagging up at the Bon Jovi bang. That's exactly what it is for him. That is his personality trait. That is Andrew's person. He's all about the bang yang. And y'all all remember when we all had the bang yang, especially during the Aaliyah season of our life. Child, when Aaliyah came out with that, we grew out of that. Andrew didn't. So, Tariq, let's talk about this. Tariq and Hazel, in my opinion, are in a good place. I feel like they are putting it on for the show. And this is why I believe that, right? They can't get their story straight. So when we meet Tariq, he's like, oh, we're having some problems. So I feel like, it will be best for us to film in different rooms, because I feel like if we film in the same room during this tell-all, I might, get a plate thrown at my head. So that was his first excuse for them in different rooms. Then when Sean asked them why they're filming in different rooms, Tariq says it's because they were, and not at the reunion, Tariq says it's because they were exposed to somebody who got COVID, so they could not come out to the reunion. And also they are quarantining basically away from each other, and to communicate, they're calling each other and FaceTiming each other because they're giving themselves some distance. And especially now that Hazel has a cough. And I was just like, this is the truth, in my opinion. And it honestly makes sense. But I think you forgot that you told us earlier in the show, or when you were sitting down talking to the producer on Zoom, that you were filming in separate rooms because you're having problems. I think they're not having problems. I think these two are in a good place. I think they're playing it up for the show. Don't have an issue with it, but keep your storyline straight, because a lot of us can catch that mess when you try to pull it over our eyes. It's like, keep your story straight, bro, because you told us something completely different. Anyway, let's get into Jovi, who's a great dad. This is what Yara is saying, right? And also, I get he's being an extremely great father, especially because of the way he is, like the way he talks about his daughter. And remember, I told you, I said either Jovi is going to be like a hands-on dad, and his daughter is he's gonna be like he's gonna be putty in her hands, or he's going to be like jerky absentee dad that he was acting like in the beginning of Yara's pregnancy. And I'm glad that it was, that it took this turn where he's like super dad and his daughter is just his world. I'm happy for the two of them. I feel like Jovi and Yara are in a much better place than when we saw them on the show. I think they're the real deal. I was actually very happy for them, very happy watching these two, right? Because from what I saw last time to what I'm seeing now, very, very happy and very impressed with how I believe Jovi has matured from what I have seen. Natalie, Miss Russia SVU was doing the most. Julia was definitely doing the most, but Natalie wanted to make sure that we got that she was going through it. And she also wanted to make sure that we saw these new boobies. Didn't she have them on every camera? Natalie made sure. She was just like, oh, oh, I'm like, girl, I'm not hating. Natalie, I will say this. I love how happy you are about your titties. You know what I mean? Because it could have went wrong. You know what I mean? It could have been botched. But these obviously turned out so great because you're so happy. You know what? Just like Andrew's bang is his personality, I feel like Natalie's, American boobies have become her personality. Guys, her walk has changed. She leads with these things. She's so happy. And you know what, girl? Congrats. I'm glad that, this is the work that you have gotten done and it has come out this way and it has worked in your favor, because it could have went another way. Listen, nobody loves a gift like Natalie loves a gift, because those were gifted to her. She ain't bought them. She ain't bought them. Who bought them titties, Natalie? Who bought them titties? That's going to be on the next season. Because I want to know. Ain't no way you making enough coin. Ain't no way you making enough coin to buy them on your own. Who bought them? It wasn't low class Mike. Your words, not mine. Not mine. But who bought them? But anyway, I'm glad that you're happy. But she was just... Mike, did you mean that? What did you say? You mean no? What does she mean? What man in Russia told you that was hot? Is that like a Russian thing? It don't work over here in America, honey. You look constipated. It is not cute. It is not cute. And she worked so hard to get one little tear coming out and made sure it was at the right, because listen, Natalie knew where her main camera was at, right? So she made sure that one tear was on her main camera, not the side camera. She needed it to be right here on the main one so that the light could glisten on that single tear that she was able to fall down her cheek. Listen, actress to actress, I see what you're doing. Work. Make this opportunity pop off for you, Natalie. You were giving it. She was like, I'm going to get me my Emmy. Oh, I'm going to get me my American Emmy. Proud of you, sis. Proud of you. Proud of you. Natalie's constipation. Let's move on from that. Mike. So Sean, so we get into where Mike went, right? Because Mike said that he went to the lake. Cold word for coochie. He went to the lake for like 5 to 6 hours the night before his wedding to Natalie. He was just like, I was just down there thinking for 5 to 6 hours. Mike, I know where you went. And you all know where Mike went. He went to his barber. He went to go see her to make sure, and maybe, get a little barber coochie to like make sure he was making the right decision, right? And I think after he left his barber's house, he was just like, you know what? This is a good career opportunity for me. I'm going to ride this to the wheels fall off. But I think he's still in love with his barber. I think that's his soulmate. I think she is his soulmate. And I think that barber is going to hang around until he's ready. Because let me tell you something. She should have never revealed herself to me. When she said to Mike, why don't you just marry me? I said, girl, that's your heart speaking. You want that man, and you have had that man. Oh, you two have done a little something. You two have done a little something. He been in there. He been in there. I see. I think she's the one. Mike, I think that's the one. I think after, your time has ran its course on this show, after you have parlayed this into something else, that's where you need to go. That's where you need to go. Give it 3 years. Give it 3 years and then, move on to something else. Anyway, Angie Brooks, thank you for the super chat. You know what? One thing about StreamYard, right? When I'm doing this on YouTube, I can't really see your profile pics. I will say this, right? When I'm doing this StreamYard and I'm able to click on, your comments and big you up on the screen, big you up on the screen, I realize I have a lot of beautiful subscribers. Yes. Okay, because we fine over here on NikkiStar TV. What's up, beautiful Angie Brooks? Angie Brooks said, not Tyreek's friend's wig. Angela with the fashion sense. Natalie said, I had lip filler. Really? That's why she can't talk right. She said that she got rid of it though. She said it was too big. I know. I think she got lip filler halfway through her first season because she looked real different in the confessionals. And we remember on my live, not my live, but remember my review. I was trying to figure out what was different. That was it. That was it. Thank you so much, Angie, for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, child. That's part of, if you see any yarn flying around, that's because I'm wearing my rainbow yarn cardigan to the drag race thing. So every time I take that thing out, it's a yarn nightmare. Off topic. So, y'all got me on a lip filler. Did Mike get Botox? Mike's face wasn't moving at all. And Mike, he's always very expressive with the that forehead was not moving. Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike, we get in Hollywood. It's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. I said, wait a minute. It's also a shame. I didn't been out here in LA long enough. I can tell when somebody got Botox. I can tell when somebody got a little filler. When something changes, I can see. But I was looking at his face and I was just like, you're so expressive. But like nothing is happening up here. Everything is, he's trying, but it's not moving. Mike then got some work done. It's okay. Listen, I'm all for it. I am all for it. If you want to change, like Yara said, if you don't like something about yourself, just change it. Absolutely. I agree. Let's get back to Yara and Jovi and this whole stripper. Can I just say this? A stripper, exotic dancer, that is a job, right? It does not mean that the person behind the job, because you can't do it or you don't like it, it doesn't mean that there is not a person who should be respected and honored and loved and treated equally. I hate the way this show and the Real Housewives of Atlanta treats people who are exotic dancers or strippers. I don't like it because they talk about them in such a very dehumanizing way. So here we have this whole thing with Jovi, and strippers and all of this stuff, and if he actually did anything with the stripper, which we will get into that because I'm like, Jovi. So as Sean is talking to Jovi about it and asking him if he did anything with the stripper, they show the clip or whatever, and Yara is just like, this is the first time I'm seeing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. And I'm like, Yara, you used to put Jovi in a headlock over nothing. If Jovi blinked the wrong way or a way you didn't like it, you were ready to stab him. How are you so chill? This couple was scripted. I think that Jovi and Yara were extremely scripted because her reactions was not the same reactions we were getting on the show. And I will not blame them on pregnancy, right? Because there was a time that we met her before where she was not pregnant. You know what I mean? Like as soon as she came in, she had an issue with the dude. So something is going on. Anyway, earlier we saw, Yara crying about her mom not being able to be there to be with her daughter, come to her wedding. Like her mother couldn't experience any of that. And she was just like, Yara was crying nonstop, especially when she was talking about her daughter and her mom. So when this whole thing happens where Sean is talking to Jovi about the stripper and Jovi, who was giving too much information, I was like, dude, I would have just said, she just danced on me and that's it. That's what happens. That is my friend. I know her. Wasn't a big deal. You were talking so much that you don't realize that every time you talked about what happened with you and this woman in the boom boom room, you gave a bit more detail that you didn't give in the beginning. So it went from, my friend forced me. Did you see his friend put a gun to his head? Did that happen? Because that's what Jovi was making it seem like happened. Anyway, his friend forced him to go upstairs to get a lap dance by the stripper. And they went from, she just took her top off and shook, her boobs in my face and, grinded on me a bit. And that was it. And then we left. Then it went to, she was fully naked, titties in the face, coochie grinding on your jeans. Like, he just was always giving information. I'm just like, Jovi, you don't even realize that you just let us know that this woman was fully naked, grinding on you. And you want us to believe ain't nothing happened? Oh, we got a Venmo from Adez. Is that the name? Thank you. Thank you so much, Adez, for the Venmo. Love you. Thank you, my love. But we went from her, just taking off her top to being fully nude. And my thing is, you went home after a woman that was not your fiance, your pregnant fiance, had her womb juice all over your jeans and hopped in a bed with your pregnant fiance with those same jeans. No wonder. I would have kicked you out of bed regardless. Jeans in my bed, the devil is a liar. But no wonder she was so hot about that. Oh my gosh. Fully naked, grinded on you. But like, dude, how can you? Like, I'm glad he apologized, but he was just like, there's nothing I can do now. It already happened. But like, really, like, you're in the moment. Like, you're sitting there with this naked woman grinding on you. You don't think. And you definitely were aroused. Like, let's not play these games. But like, how can you justify that and make that seem like that is okay? And I loved how Yara was just like, if I would have did it, you would have had a problem. And he was just like, you know what? You're absolutely right. But it's different for men. No, it's not. No, it's not. You would have felt extremely disrespected by Yara and probably would have caused a hissy fit and called off the wedding and all of that stuff. But now that she's sitting here having just watched it, Yara didn't watch this season. I'm telling you that right now. Everything that was being talked about, it had to be explained to her because she didn't watch the season. It did not happen. And Sean kept on asking her the whole episode, Yara, did you see this? And Yara, no, I didn't watch it. Girl, isn't it required for you guys to watch the show so you can comment? But you know what? I think that Yara was the only one who wasn't like going after people online. I think she was just showing her and Jovi and the baby. I think that's where her head was at. She's in new mom territory. She is not feeling like being messy at all. But I said all that to say, when Yara was crying about her mom not being able to be there and crying about her daughter, we kept on getting shots of her like crying and wiping her tears, right? I don't know if you noticed, but they used those same shots, same exact shots of Yara crying and wiping her tears. They used the same shots of her crying with having her speak about Jovi and the stripper, making it seem like Yara was heartbroken over Jovi dancing on the stripper. If anything, she was annoyed, but Yara wasn't crying. Here is how I know. Not only was it the same clip, when they would cut back to Yara, who was like crying and eyes was like bloodshot red and just watery all around her eyes. When they would cut back to her after showing her crying, she was fine. No water around the eyes. Eyes weren't bloodshot. It takes a minute for your eyes to get back after you've been doing all of that crying and rubbing, right? So you get a. Oh, thank you. We got a cash app from Ada. Thank you so much, Ada. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Namaste. That was inappropriate, right? And not the right terminology. Thank you. Anyway, you see that Yara isn't crying. So you can see that they were trying to make it seem like Yara was crying and heartbroken for dramatic effect. Yara didn't care. She did feel disrespected because just a bit. Like I felt like she was annoyed, but I think she was giving that to us, but I don't think that's how she really felt. I think that was just more acting. So these two, I don't really think that they had any issues. I think these two are in a good place. I think they don't have any problems. And I think they were just turning it up for us on camera. But I think they're actually in a good place. I got a super chat, another super chat from Angie. Thank you, my love. Angie said, I am going to Rebecca's doctor. No wrinkles. Me too. Oh, I can't. I keloid. Damn it. She said it was invasive, non-invasive. Listen, Rebecca, good work. Money well spent. Money well spent, sis. And I'm going to go to whoever did Mike's Botox. Another super chat from Angie Brooks. Angie said Jovi got whiplash when Julia said she was a dancer. He sure did. He sure did. Thank you so much for the super chat, Angie. He sure did. And I'm like, Julia, what kind of dancer are you? Because all of a sudden you're defending it. No, it's just dancing. It don't mean anything. But you're saying you're a go-go dancer. Do you know what kind of dancing this woman was doing on Joe? You do, because he said she was fully naked. So you're defending it. No, that means nothing. He still comes home to you. So, Julia, what kind of dancing were you actually doing? Food for thought. Food for thought. Thanks again, Angie. But yeah, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that Yara had a problem with Jovi and the stripper. I think that Yara already knew about it. I think she was just, trying to drum up something to make us think that there are some issues. It's all entertainment, right? And I think because she probably didn't give enough of what the producers wanted, they took the clips from her crying about her mom and put it in there in this scene with Jovi to make it seem like she was crying over that. But I don't believe that she was crying over that. I will say that Jovi being nonchalant about it and just saying, oh, well, it happened. It won't happen again. I'm sorry, I will never do that again. Because his mother came in and she was dragging him too. And it was really weird to me why his mother wasn't just invited on the stage. Because it was obvious that the mother was zooming. Oh, she was probably with the baby. That's why, because I'm just like, if the mother is there, because she was in a hotel room. So I'm like, if the mom is there, but then who was with the baby when she was on camera? Was the baby asleep? Well, that didn't make sense because the mom was obviously in a hotel room and I'm thinking she was there with them to probably help them with the baby. So why didn't you just bring her to the show? Why is she zooming in? I don't know. That didn't make sense to me because I'm like, she's in a hotel room, guys. So that I feel like she's there. Why not bring her in? But anyway, she dragged her son too. You know what? The mother has done a complete 180, hasn't she? She went from being so protective over Jovi to being protective over Yara. She was just like, my son his whole life has been a bachelor party. It's time to be a husband and a father. She was getting Jovi together. And I was like, well, what happened? I thought that was your baby boy who could do nothing wrong. I told you, she see herself in Yara. She see herself in Yara. And, you know, a grandchild always is able to soften a mother-in-law. Is that true? Because I feel like I don't really have the knowledge of that. But I feel like a grandchild will always soften up a mother-in-law. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because grandparents are normally nicer to you, to the grandkid, than they are to their kids. I feel like the grandkids sweeten them up. I think. Um, let's get into Julia and how everybody turned on her, including me. Let me tell you something, Julia. Every episode, every review for this show, I'm logging in. And the first thing I'm saying is like, oh, I feel so sorry for Julia. This is not fun. I would not want this. This is not how a woman should be living her life. Like I'm always, you know, defending her. Come to find out, Brandon already was looking at places for them to live, and he was sending her apartments, and she didn't like how any of them looked. So they ended up, by the time she got here, not having a place and having to stay with his parents. You were making it seem like, to us, Julia, that's how you were making it seem. And Natalie and Yara called you out on it. You were making it seem like he tricked you into staying at his parents' place and he had no intention of actually getting you a place. But he was looking at places, you didn't like them. But you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, Brandon is so sneaky and manipulative and messy. He probably sent her like pictures of a hostel in hell. It was just like, this is all that I could find in my budget. So this is what we're going to have to do. This is what we're going to have to live in. There's no bathroom, but there's a hole in the ground. You know what I mean? He probably did some mess like that to make her believe that this was just not an option that she would want to do. What y'all think? Because I feel, you know what? I feel like he probably sent her the worst, like condemned homes and was just like, this is all that I can afford. I would take that from Brandon, especially, or I would expect that from him, especially since he's really happy living on a puppy mill farm. He said he loves doing the chores. It's just that, you know, he gave his chores over to Julia because he works really long hours at work. And Julia is just like, I do that to help him. You were making it seem like you were an indentured servant. You were making it seem like you were being forced to do those things. We didn't know. We were not aware that you didn't actually have to do that. You just took on Brandon's chores because when he came home from work, he had to do those puppy mill farm chores. And you just did those so that you could have time to be with him. But you've never expressed that to us. And everybody on that stage got you together because you were absolutely misleading. You were absolutely being misleading. Anyway, we got hold on, let me come down here and get it. Where is it? Where is it, Brenda? Janie's got a gun. Remember that song? Thank you, Brenda, for the super chat. Brenda said, miss your beautiful face. Blessings. You too, Brenda. You are stunning. Thank you so much for the super chat. But you were absolutely being misleading, Julia. And you were misleading for sympathy, and that's why you didn't stop it. But you were so busy trying to be a ham on this show, you were doing too much talking, and you were exposing yourself, because as soon as you said, I do the chores because I love him, everybody was like, wait a minute, what? They're not forcing you to do those chores? You're actually doing Brandon's chores? And you're only doing it because you want to spend more time with him? You could have easily said that on the season, but you like the sympathy. You absolutely did. I will say this, working on a farm, it ain't for me. It's never something that I want to do. I visited a farm once in my entire life, and that was the time that I made a decision as a kid to not drink milk. I think it was the second grade. We all went to this farm in like Pennsylvania, and I'll never forget it. The farmer asked us if we knew where milk came from. And all us, you know, dumb kids, we were just like, oh, heaven, Jesus makes milk. We didn't know, like, we're kids. We don't know that milk comes from a cow. Like, we don't know that. You know what I mean? So the farmer's just like, oh, really? He takes a cup, gets under a cow's udder, and starts squeezing it. And we're kids. We don't know what the hell is going on. Only thing we know at this point is like, you know, pee. They're like, oh, she's peeing. Oh my God. You know, we don't know. We're children. So he says, this is where milk comes from. And I was a milk drinker because those commercials, milk does the body good, strong bones, they got me. That was great advertising. So I was drinking like a gallon of milk every 2 days, so much that my mom would have to stock up on milk because I would drink it all the time because I wanted to have strong, healthy bones. And I loved having a milk mustache. Anyway, so he tells us this is where milk comes from. So right now I'm already nauseous, right? And he says it's so the milk that comes straight out the cow is very pure and healthy, and it has to go through other strains. It has to go through other strains by the time it gets to the market because that's just how the FDA does things, right? That's how it has to go, right? But he says you can just drink it right from the cow. So he takes the milk and downs it from the udder to his mouth and drinks it. And when he was done, he was like, delicious. We all went, ew. And my stomach, I literally felt like I was going to vomit. I was like heaving, and it was just such a traumatic experience for me. Guys, let me tell you something. I have not drank milk since that day. And I got in so much trouble with my mom because she caught me. She caught me pouring the milk out in the sink. Black parents don't let you waste nothing. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, I can't drink it. I can't drink it. And so she's like, no, I brought all that milk for you. You're going to drink it. She literally made me sit at the table until I drank that milk. It never happened. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm stubborn. You're not making me do nothing I don't want to do. I don't care how young I am. But, I did get no punishment. Seriously, listen, my mother was a single parent. I made her buy all that milk and I did not drink it. Baby, she was hot with me. But I couldn't express to her that I can't drink the milk because I was traumatized by a farmer. You know what I mean? Like I could not have that conversation with her. But I have not drank milk to this very moment. So I started out to say, you're never going to catch me on another farm. It ain't happening. Oh, my kids will never know where milk comes from. They will never see that whole thing. I'll let them know it comes from a cow. They'll never see it in person. I'm not taking them to no chicken coop. It's not happening. They're not petting no sheep. It's not happening. I don't do farms, right? And even though I don't do farms, if I was in a situation where I am living at a place where I don't pay rent, I don't pay any kind of utilities, I don't contribute in any form financially to the home, you may catch me in a chicken coop or two helping around. Because when Brandon's parents, who I can't rock with them. They're very M. Night Shyamalan characters. You know what I mean? Something up with that family. Something's up. We're going to find out later. We're going to find out later on the ID channel, but something up with that family. Homeland, homicide or something like that. I feel like do a little digging in that farm, you'll find some things. Anyway, even though I don't rock with them, when Julia was talking about how she don't like, doing the chores or whatever, the parents responded with, but you don't pay rent. Absolutely right. You don't pay rent. The least you could do is help around the freaking farm. But I don't like it. I don't like the cows. But you and your man don't contribute to this home that you're living under. You got a roof over your head. You're obviously getting money from the show. Y'all not paying for nothing. Y'all not giving these people groceries. Y'all not paying them light bills. Y'all not paying a water bill. Do you pay water on the farm? I think you do. Y'all not paying the water bills. Y'all not paying the taxes on the home. Y'all not doing none of that. But you don't want to help out around the farm? No, you want to help out around the farm. How dare you? How dare you? And you don't really even have to do anything. You were just complaining to make a storyline for yourself. Listen, Julia, you were exposed, honey. You were exposed. Before I go on, Jane Doe, thank you for the super chat. Jane Doe said, I feel like Brandon was showing her raggedy trailers in the woods, like what Paul and Karini were living in. Absolutely, Jane Doe. Absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with you. I think that's exactly what he was doing, showing her the worst of the worst. Because listen, Brandon's never going to leave his parents' home unless he's absolutely forced to. Because again, this 27-year-old man who works long hours, so he's obviously getting some kind of, compensation, especially if he's doing long hours or overtime or whatever it is. He's getting some coin, right? Working long hours, getting all this coin, living in his parents' home rent free. He don't got to pay for nothing, right? He don't got to wash nothing. His mother bathes him, feeds him, cuts his hair, probably cuts his pubic hair, like takes good care of him, and he don't have to pay nothing. And when he feel like it, he could roll over next to Julia and wet his whistle. He's in a great situation. Why would he get out of that? I don't think he has any intentions of ever leaving that situation. He gonna keep her right on that puppy mill farm. So girl, listen, you just gonna have to get used to shoveling sheep doo-doo. That's it. If not, you want to pay some money. You want to pay rent. And what, y'all in Virginia, so it can't be that much. Oh, Brandon is scamming you, girl. But it is what it is. At least you on TV. It seems like that's what you wanted anyway. I was not ready though for Yara and Natalie to tag team Julia. Oh, they got her together. They were just like, oh, so you were lying. No, you were lying because you were acting like, oh, woe is me. That's fine. Woe is me, poor girl. And she's like, no, I wasn't saying poor girl. They were like, you were absolutely acting like poor girl. These people are taking advantage of me. When actually you were withholding information for sympathy. Julia and Natalie and Yara got you together. They were sick of you. You know who's really sick of Julia though? Yara. Oh, Yara was not here for Julia. Julia really bothered her in like an annoying little sister kind of way. Like I was waiting for Yara at any moment to like pat Julia on her head and send her, to bed. She was like really like annoyed with her, but it was annoyed in such a, oh, you're so young and naive kind of way. It really wasn't like she don't like her, but it was just like, oh, you're so young and naive. But I feel like they're kind of the same age. Oh, Julia, they had you like a nut. They had you like a nut this whole reunion. But Julia didn't care. She was getting all the TV time that she wanted. And I will say this, to be fair, Yara and Natalie were defending Julia until she dropped that bomb until Brandon dropped the bomb about how she didn't like the apartments, and until Julia dropped the bomb that she don't have to do those chores. Those are Brandon's chores. When all of that was revealed, oh, the tides turned. They were like, oh, this isn't fair. You're a grown man. Your parents are in too much of your business, especially Rebecca. Rebecca was ready to throw hands at Brandon's mom, okay? She was just like, I would never do that to my child, and I have a son. I was just like, you know what, Rebecca, I agree. Why are you so heated? Like, Rebecca was really ready to throw hands at Brandon's mama. She was very disappointed, and disgusted. And to the point where Brandon's mom was just like, oh, okay. Like, how could she come back at this woman who was so passionate about her being honest? Listen, I told you, I don't go up for them parents. But she was just like, it's my son. Like, it's my baby boy. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that he's coming to live with me. And then it just happened really quickly where he's just like, oh no, we're going to leave because she's not happy. Listen, she's a lot. She is overbearing, but we got to give her this. Brandon told her that, first of all, to be manipulative. Like, let's be real. He was working his mom. That's what he was doing. Like how he works everybody in his family or in his life. He told her that to get this exact reaction, right? To take their onus off of him and put it on Julia and say that she wants this, not, like he wants it as well, but he wanted a different thing from his mom, right? He wanted from his parents to be allowed to have sex under the same roof as them with Julia. So he knew how to throw that out there about wanting to move and not being happy, and put it all on Julia and throw it at his mom. He knows his mom. He came out of her vagina. He knows everything about her. He got her DNA running through his bloodstream. He knows exactly who she is. So he knew how to work her to get that reaction. And she gave him that reaction. And then everybody comes after her and says that she's doing too much. But look at her little manipulative son. He did that to get her to react that way. And we just got to give her a little bit of grace because that was her reaction as soon as she heard it. As soon as she heard it, the dad went off the deep end and was just like, no, she can't tell you what to do. No. What father want their grown son to stay in the home? Weird. This family is weird. Dads want you out after a certain time because dads want to get back to the life they had when you were gone. Not like when you before you were there, right? Dads want to get back to walking around naked, banging your mother in every part of the home. You know, they want to get back to that. They're not trying to keep their 30-something-year-old son or a son who's approaching 30 in the home. They're ready for you to get out so they can walk around with the balls out, you know, sitting naked on the couch reading the paper. That's the life they're trying to get back to. It's different for the mamas, but not the dads. But this father just doesn't want Brandon to leave the farm. What's going on that farm? I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the ID channel episode. Don't hit me up on Instagram being like, oh, Nikki, you was right. I'm going to be like, yeah, I told you. I'm going to find more than dead puppies. Let me stop. No, Nikki, you have been resurrected with the Lord. We are a different person today. I told you I would have a slip up, but I'm back. The blood was shed for me to get back up again. I am not the same. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Let's get into Tamra. Tamra. Why didn't y'all tell me that was her name? I've been calling that woman Miss Joe Dirt this entire season. Tamra. Listen, Tamra came to this reunion with a fresh press and curl, and she had on her best, Sunday's best cardigan, and she was ready for her interview. And let me tell you something, Tamra told everybody business. And she tried to act like she didn't tell Natalie or lead Natalie down the road that Mike was probably with another woman. Because Tamra was like, wait, no, I didn't say that. And Natalie was just like, no, you told me that he was going to a bachelorette party. And Tamara was just like, no, he doesn't have any friends. I would never. No, I didn't say that. You know what? Maybe I did say that, but not use those words. Tamara, what is it? Did you tell her? I think what happened is that Natalie was emotional, probably trying to figure out where he is. And, we have our little girl talk. I'd be like, you sure you know where he is? Because, it is the day before his wedding. And, he might be at a little bachelor party with some friends, might be at a strip club or something. I think that's what she said. But because Mike is her friend and the way Natalie was saying that she said that he was at a bachelor party to, Mike was making it seem like it was a negative way. But I think she probably said that and, just probably throwing out a reason for him to be gone that's better than Natalie thinking that he's cheating on her. That's what I think happened. But Tamra had me rolling. She was just like, no, I didn't say that. No, I would never use those words. I didn't say, no, I didn't say. You know what? Maybe I said something like that. You said it, but it was girl talk. You were trying to make this woman feel better than saying, oh, well, last time I saw him, he was on his way to go bang his barber. So what you gonna say that's more something that probably she could take a bit better? Oh, he was probably at a bachelor party or a strip club, something like that, right? Well, Uncle Bojangles, something like that. But Tamra, you was caught, sis, and there's nothing wrong with it because this whole family has put you in the middle of everything, from Mike to Natalie to his mama. How dare his mother call that woman and ask her to stand up and object this wedding for her? Oh my goodness, and poor Tamra. She didn't want to say anything. She was just like, oh, I felt so uncomfortable. That just wasn't right. She didn't want to say it, but this show has put her in such a bind. Like, this woman has been put in the middle of such a messy couple, and it's so unfair. It's so unfair because I feel like Mike and Natalie are going to try this again for another paycheck, and it's just going to go sour. And who's going to be in the middle of it? Tamra, who her only fault is being Mike's neighbor. Poor lady. Angie, thank you for the super chat. Angie said, amen, sister. Rebecca had a problem with all the parents. She did. She thinks she's young like the other girls, yet she mothers her husband. Listen, she is one of those, child. It's my sunscreen, but I'm looking a little greasy. But she's a young mom, a hot young mom. That's who Rebecca is. Thank you so much for the super chat, Angie. Thank you. Well, listen, I agree with Rebecca though. Like she was given, like she was very heated in her responses to the parents, but she was on point. She was absolutely on point. Let's get back to Mike's mom, who I'm going to be real with you. I'm watching my words because that woman looks like she can fight. Oh my God. I don't think she's ever lost a fight with any man, woman, or bear. You know what I mean? Like she gives me the kind of person who will tell you a bunch of stories at like the local bar about how she like fought a bear and a cougar and like all this stuff. And then I put my hand down and I reached into his mouth and I ripped out his heart. That's what she gives me. So I am, walking lightly with my comments about her. But ma'am, what you did to try to stop your son's wedding, it was wrong. It was not okay. I will say this. She responded to being asked if like Sean wanted to confirm. Sean is always surprised by this messy cast. She wanted to confirm if what Tamra said was true. And before she can even ask Mike's mom, she was like, yep, yeah, I said it. That's what I did. They fight all the time, so that's what I needed to happen. He wasn't making the right choice. And Sean was like, why are you surprised at this point? How many reunions have you done? This show hires messy people. She was like, yep, I did it. I said it. That's what I did. Owned everything. And as much as a G that this woman is, when Rebecca was trying her, Mike's mom got to my heart because she said, as a mother, and her voice cracked. She was like, as a mother, what would you do? That is my son. He was not happy. And guys, let's go back to the season. If you were Mike's mom, what would you do? Right? Can you blame her? Especially when Mike is running back. He was lying. Mike was lying, especially when he's running back and telling his mom every time he has a fight or issue with Natalie. Of course, she's going to want to stop this wedding if you're telling her that you are not happy. Because Mike was absolutely lying. I believe his mom. When she said that he called me days before saying that he wants to break it off and ship her back to the Ukraine. I was going to say UK. To the Ukraine. Is it called the Ukraine? Ukraine. He absolutely called his mother and told her he was having doubts and that he did not want to marry her. I believe his mama. I absolutely believe his mama. And the reason why I believe her is because she don't give me liar. She don't give me liar at all. But also, she's the kind of person who I said, looks like she can fight. So when you are somebody who can fight, you say whatever because nobody can beat you. So I think that's why I also believe his mom. But I will say, when you saw that your son was lying, to not look even more awful than he looked on the season after he, broke up with this woman on their wedding day. If he's trying to like repair his image and you see that happening, go along with your son's lie. Because Mike was like, oh no, my mom got the dates confused. That didn't happen. I called her after. And she was like, no, you called me days before. He's like, no, Mom, I didn't. She was like, no, you did. You called me days before and then you called me days after. Yeah, you said you didn't want to be married to her and you want to ship her back to the Ukraine. No, you said that, Mike. And I'm like, do you need a clue? Like, how many more clues do you need? He's obviously lying, but he's looking like a terrible person. So why don't you help him and say, oh, you know what? Yeah, you did do that. She was like, no, that's not what happened. No, Mike, you called me and said you didn't want to be with the woman. She was not helping her son at all. Anyway, Angie gave the girl another super chat. Angie said, one of the Star family, Denard Thomas, just said that Tamara is going to be in an episode of Fear Thy Neighbor. I cannot stop laughing. I love that show. Oh, the thing about it is, guys, if you watch Fear Thy Neighbor, Tamara perfect. The perfect person for that show. Like the perfect casting. Thank you so much, Angie, for the super chat, and thank you, Denard, for that laugh. But yeah, I just don't know why his mom would not help him out. She was like, nope, that's not what you said. I'm like, she really does not want him to be with her. So I get it. I get it. Like, especially if your son is calling you and, crying and, saying all of these issues that he's having with this woman that he's about to marry. And then as a mother, you watch the season and you see how she talked to your child and treated your child and how she reduced him literally down to nothing. You will feel a certain way. So I'm not mad at his mom for feeling the way that she is feeling, because she's feeling that way from what she has seen and experienced with this couple. But I'm telling you, when she said, as a mother, I said, oh, yeah, she's feeling for her baby. So we don't really know all of what Mike said to his mom and how he relayed it back to her. If anything, he was probably breaking down, talking to his mom about this situation. So, I'm team mom, and not just because I'm afraid of her. I'm team mom. Because I think she's right in this. Real quick, let's get into the surgery talk. Rebecca was so proud of her work, and she looked good. She got up and she said, yeah, I'm down 2 sizes. You can't see it because I'm swelling. I'm swelled up a bit, but I lost some weight. Yeah. Look. Yeah, I'm getting more work done. I love Rebecca. I did not really enjoy her until probably the end of the season, but I really enjoyed her on this reunion. She was just fun. I really felt like her and Tyreek gave great commentary, a lot of important comments, funny comments. I enjoyed her and Tyreek. I really, really did. I will always stand by this. Sharon Robinson is an absolutely great host. If you only know her from 90 Day Fiance, please go back and Google her, you know what I mean, and look at more of her work. She is phenomenal at what she does. I really think that this show needs to experiment with having somebody from the 90 Day Fiance family do the tell-all, or maybe do some kind of interviews throughout the season with actual, or maybe like an after show or something with actual cast members, because I enjoy a lot of the times when we have some out of nowhere, a star rises on these reunions and there's somebody who is a cast member, but they're asking really important questions that we, the viewers, want to know, because Sean, unfortunately, is in a position where she has to appease them and keep them there so they will want to talk to her and engage with her. When you are a cast member, you already have this kind of built-in relationship because you all are on the same show going through a very similar process. I think I would have loved to see what this reunion was like if Rebecca or Tyreek was hosting. It probably would have been very informative and very, very fun. She was the star for me of this reunion. I loved her face. Especially when Julia was talking, when everybody was talking about their plastic surgery. Again, Yara, money well spent. But when they were talking about that, and Julia was just like, just go to workout gym. If you don't like something, eat right and go to workout gym. Julia, you got on everybody's nerves this reunion. But when she said that, Rebecca was just like, I was like, oh, Miss Rebecca, Miss Rebecca don't want to go to gym workout. She don't want to do that, okay? She wants to get her fat frozen and leaked out of, what is that? Well, I think you pee out the fat. Let me tell you something. That seems like a great invention, to piss out fat. Instead of doing them, listen, I love my 10K steps a day because I run errands when I'm doing it, or I give myself a goal and I have a great playlist. But if I could pee the fat away, you know what I mean? Rebecca is getting great work done in a way that makes sense to me. Again, if I didn't keloid, baby, let me tell you something. If I didn't keloid, I would be chopped up, sliced, and diced and put back together again like Humpty Dumpty. Let me tell you something. You would be cut here, put here. Listen, I will perfect this thing, this good thing that the Lord made. But unfortunately, mama keloids, this is what happens to my skin when it gets cut. So I gotta just, do it the hard way. Thank God I'm already stunning, so there's not much work that has to be done. But for me, there's a certain way that I will like to look. And I can get there if I just put down the cheesesteaks. But I'm from Philly. That ain't never gonna happen. Anyway, after they dragged Julia about her comments about you just go to workout gym, you can work it away. And Rebecca was just like, you can't work out wrinkles. They're hair, Julia. They're gonna stay. And Yara, who felt like that comment was about her, she's like, if you don't like something, you can change it. Julia, please. She got on everybody's nerves. Julia, you can work your way into bigger boobs. Like you can't work out gym your way into bigger boobs or hips. You know what I mean? Or, what's another surgery that you can't, or like ear replacements, not ear replacements, but some people like their ears pushed back in, or pulled up, or some people like Natalie. I don't believe this from Natalie. I really feel like Natalie wanted attention when she said, yeah, I'm going to change my nose because so many people say they hate my nose and they want me to change my nose. Natalie, just say you want to change your nose. Don't try to make it against sympathy. Oh, you are so manipulative. You and Brandon will be a dangerous couple. But Natalie wants to get work done on her nose, right? But in a way to make it seem like it's not vanity. I don't know why we have like vilified vanity. Who doesn't want to look their best in their eyesight? Like, what is wrong with that? But anyway, I guess to like take away the vanity, which is the reason why she's doing it, she's going to put it on, oh, I did this because people made fun of me and they told me that that's something that I needed to change. Did probably a troll say something like that to her? Absolutely. I don't think it's the whole fan base saying that she has an ugly nose and change her nose. I think that's something that she planned on. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the only thing about living close to the mountains. Oh my God. I just got an email. Guys, I got to do my 10K steps a day. I was going to do my 10K steps a day after this live, but I don't know because they just said this, beware. There has been a recent coyote sighting around the apartment complex. Please remember to keep your pets, because they eat little dogs, on a leash and within reach when outside of the. I'm a human being. They're not going to come after me. It doesn't mean that I am not terrified of coyotes. They look like wolves on crack. That's what coyotes look like. Oh, God, I got to do my 10K set. Are they doing anything about it? Why the hell are you sending me an email? They should send me an email saying that it's handled. I miss Philly. Anyway, what was I talking about? Jesus. Let me make sure my window is locked. Hold on. I gotta, because if a coyote coming here, girl, hold on. Hold on. We gotta close this. We gotta close this. What happened? Coyote sighting. Where? Where you seeing that at? They just sent the email saying it's a coyote on the premises. So they say keep your small dogs on the leash and all that stuff. So, yeah. So just make sure everything is closed.
They sent that email.
They just sent it.
You just got it from where?
I just got it. Sent to my phone. Yeah.
From Glendale or from
From my apartment. Yeah. So I'm glad you got that. You doing all this cooking? That coyote gonna be right in our patio. Oh Lord. Oh, God. I had to close my patio door. Welcome to a NikkiStar TV Live. I mean, what else? What else? A whole coyote And if they're down here, they're looking for food. Do I have anything on the balcony? No, we don't got no food on the balcony. Oh God, I got packages that I gotta go downstairs and get. I'm inside. Child, I'm gonna have to find a Afro Beats workout video on YouTube. I'm not going nowhere. Whew. If you've never seen a coyote in person, baby, you have no idea. You have no idea. Angie, thank you for the super chat. Angie said, wolf on crack. It's the best description. It's the best description. Can't with you. I love bobcats. Oh, girl. Not me. Not me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ooh, they are, I'm telling you, I've seen far too many. That's why, remember, I told you I stopped going on my walks at night because they come down out of, I literally live walking distance from the mountains. They come down from the mountains and they come in like packs and they go like looking. That's why we all have to have locks on our trash because they come looking for food in packs. And me and my sister were on our walks and we're like walking and we're here. Woo! And, you know, we're from Philly. You know, we're a Black woman from Philly. So we think somebody is catcalling. We're like, turn around. It's like 20 freaking coyotes. They're like in the trash, knocking the trash over. And we're from Philly. So we don't understand. We're thinking it's dogs, right? And as they get closer to us, like, whatever that sound that they make, the eyes were like, you know, something was going on with the eyes where they were like reflective. And the tails were like these big bushy tails, and you could see like their bones. I was like, what the hell is this? So we turn around and we're my sister, the newsy one. She walks up and she's just like, what is that? And I scream like an idiot. I say, coyotes. Oh, we take off running. We take off running, baby. We ain't never ran that fast before in our entire lives. So, baby, you would have thought I was Jackie Joyner Kersey. I was boom, boom, boom. Oh, child. A whole coyote on the premises. Oh, God. It's always something with me. It's always something with me. It can never be a normal life. I'm sorry. It can never. Is that a child? It can never be a normal day with me. A whole coyote. Are they going to do something? If that coyote comes on this balcony, y'all, I am losing my day. This is why I don't like living on the first floor. I'm losing my damn mind. Who was I talking about? Oh, God, who was I talking about? Oh, God. Everybody not being able to stand Julia. Anyway, so we end with Andrew with his baying having a hissy fit because one of the producers comes out and says, hey, well, you have to leave because Amira is coming on and she doesn't want to engage with you. Instead of being, you know, extremely mortified and disappointed that somebody who you were in a relationship is so triggered by your presence that they don't even want to see you or hear your voice through Zoom, should be embarrassing to you. You choose to get upset and be like, no, I want to talk to her. He was giving real, you know, ID channel abuser tease. Real, no, I want to see her. No, we need to have a conversation like everybody else on the stage. Everybody else on the stage is not afraid of their partner. If she feels unsafe being around you, bro, you should feel some sort of way about that and not the fact that you want to see her and confront her and control her. Absolutely not. So because he doesn't get his way, he takes his bang, him and his bang. He's like, well, I'm going to leave. No, because it's not fair. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Where's the volume guy? Can I have the volume guy, please? Can you call, you know, a car for me, please? Because no, that's not okay, guys. That's not okay. Who are you? Who are you? Let me tell you something, Andrew. I'm not going to call you dumb, but you're not smart, right? You're not smart. You are a LARPer, right? You enjoy dressing up and playing these characters in the woods, right? Probably for no money, just for entertainment, and then you dress up like these characters to entertain these kids. You were literally about to parlay yourself into so much money doing what you do for entertainment on this TV show, playing this buffoon of a character. You literally ended that by being so difficult with production. And because they don't play by your rules when you're on their show, you walk out and kill any chances that you ever have of working with them in any kind of capacity. You're an idiot. I won't call you an idiot. We're resurrected. Not smart. What you're doing is not smart, because this is exactly where you want to be with what you do just for fun. Your freaking hobby could have actually turned into a very lucrative job for you, and you threw that away because you could not control the situation. And Amira, I hope I called her Amira. I think I called her Yara. You threw that away. Not smart. Not smart. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I didn't know she felt that way. Of course, of course. And I would be, playing it up. Guys, when you see her, tell her that I'm sorry. I didn't know. It's something like you throw a whole hissy fit and therefore give reason, right? For everybody else, especially for Yara, who don't watch the show, for why this woman does not want to see you or feel safe around you. Foolish, 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 foolish. So anyway, overall thoughts for this episode. Mike and Natalie are playing the long game. They're coming for Angela and Michael's coins. They are certified stunt queens. Mike and Natalie are certified stunt queens. They are going to ride this, show until the wheels come off. They're going to take this moment and multiply it for their own personal gain. Whether they're in love or not, it does not matter. These two, in my opinion, have a mutual understanding that this show is a great opportunity for them, and they're going to do what they can to flip this coin. Not mad at it at all. If you're going to come on a reality TV show, you better get something out of it. You better get something out of it, because they're going to get everything out of you. Julia is a ham. Who knew? Who knew that Julia was a ham? She was doing the most at this reunion. Annoyed everybody, especially Yara, who I wanted her to be really good friends with, but Yara is so annoyed by her. For me, this part one of the reunion, Rebecca was the star. She was the star. I can't believe that out of this season, Rebecca and Zied are the best couple. They look, I don't know, they just worked for me this part one of the reunion. I enjoyed them. Zied was hilarious. He was like, you go to the strip club every day? Zied was hilarious. Rebecca was just a star. I enjoyed her this episode. I love the questions that she asked. I love how she was going, back at people. I love how she was giving her opinion. She was fun. She was, just enjoyable to watch. She was really the star for me this episode. That is all of my thoughts. If this thing, I don't know. It's just the fear. It's the fear of this thing. Because I live on the first floor, guys. Never again. Anyway, that is all my thoughts for this episode. If you're just here for the review, beloveds, it ends right now. Let's get into the chit chat. You can do it. I can't. I'm trying to do better. I can't believe he did that. I cannot believe he acted a plum fool. So many people do not know their place. Like, you cannot be a new cast member on a ensemble cast show with people who at this point are vets and have a much bigger fan base than you. You don't have a fan base at all, but just like, if they have been on this show longer than you and they're cooperating with production, why wouldn't you take notes from them and do better? Why wouldn't you follow? You think this whole show, this multi-million-dollar show on a billion-dollar network, is going to fold to you? You think you're that interesting that they're going to go against what this woman has asked because of her safety and her mental health. You think they're going to bend to you and get her out here so you can harass her on TV? Fool. Foolish. You're acting very foolish. Team Amira always, Debbie. Team Amira always. I hope not. I hope not. The last one I saw was a baby. He was so cute. It's baby Coyote. I was at the Target in my hood. And it was when I was on, it wasn't even a midnight walk because I used to walk really late. But this was like the sun was setting and I was on my way home. And I saw this little cute, they're cute when they're small. This cute little baby Coyote in the Target parking lot looking for food. He looked so adorable. And then I realized if there is a baby walking around these streets looking for food, his mama and daddy are not far behind him. Baby, I took off running. I'm not a runner. I'm a speed walker. I'm a leisure walker. I'm a distance walker, but I am not a runner. A coyote will get me to running. I will turn into, what is it? Beep, 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 beep. What is that? What is that thing? A speed racer? Beep, 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 beep. What is that? Wile E. Coyote is always chasing what? What is he always chasing? I will turn into that when I see a coyote. I was going to say Speedy Gonzalez, but I think, now that I'm older, I think that was a racist character. I think that was a racist cartoon character. When you look at it, why was he always running? Crystal said, part 2 better come with it because I was bored. Yeah, I was entertained in like a fun way. There wasn't any drama. I think part 2 it's a 2-part reunion, right? It can't be no 3-part. I can't do another 3-part reunion. I can't. CB said, talking about coyotes, true T, and they get bold when they get used to seeing humans. They were not fazed by us. We took off running. They were still looking through the trash and they saw us. It was like, guys, have you ever seen a pack of coyotes? It's such a terrifying thing. Absolutely terrifying. Jay Girl, that's a great observation. Wild animals came out because of quarantine. We were in the house and they had run of the land. Because we don't even deal with raccoons here. Thank the Lord. In my old apartment, them mountain raccoons were built different. They would open up. That's why we had to start locking the trash in my other place. They would open it up and like go through the trash, take out what they wanted, and leave whatever they didn't feel like. I was like, oh, we had to deal with raccoons and coyotes going through trash. It was a nightmare over there. It was a nightmare. I loved it though because my neighbor was so sweet. So sweet. This 90-year-old Persian man, he was so sweet. Whenever like we would sleep through street cleaning day, he would always come over, knock on our door and let us know. He's like, you gotta move your car. I miss him. But that was the only good thing about living over there. Now, although I do not like living on the first floor, this is the first coyote issue we've ever dealt with. No coyotes, no raccoons, no insects besides spiders because I have a whole like garden outside of my window. But yeah, we never had that issue. Ooh, CB said I came home one night and one was chasing a deer through my neighborhood and I used to grill at night to escape the heat. Not anymore. Yep. Not anymore. Not anymore. Pseudo. GA as in Georgia. We be having coyote problems where I live. And please don't say Georgia. 2, it's all this construction they keep doing, destroying their habitats. Y'all got coyotes in Georgia? Oh God, I thought it was just a Cali thing or a mountain thing. What's up, Philly? What's up? Oh, Eva, I will never know. I will run every time. It's just my instinct. I will run every time. They didn't follow us though. They didn't chase us. They were still like looking through trash. They were not fazed by us. They're not like intimidated or scared by humans. They were not fazed by me at all. Yes, yes, CB. They sound like people laughing or screaming. It's weird. It's very, very weird. One was going through our trash one night and looked at me and my husband like he dared us to say anything. It was wild. Yeah. Coyotes and raccoons, they ain't no punks. Could you imagine if I had my window open and a whole coyote walk through here? The damage. I would just knock everything over. Ciao. That was a good time. You had to be there. You had to be there for that spider. She's going to kill me when she watches this back. Oh, God. He was. Oh, Cam says Ziad was so shocked that strippers do that every night. I laughed so hard. He was so hilarious. Him and Rebecca did really good on this reunion. Really, really good. Natalie, hey Denard. Natalie killed me every time when she asked the question. She would look at Mike like he was her puppet master. No, that's that what you meant. It's okay. No, but what you say? No. Mm-hmm. She thinks that is so sexy. Why hasn't Mike said anything? And the thing that bothers me about it, it's very childlike. Why would you want to be with any man that wants you to act like a child? Isn't that a little weird? Mm-hmm. If your man is getting turned on by that, don't check his search history. The FBI taking both of y'all. Anyway, it's just weird. Oh, I absolutely believe that, Graciela. He's a mama's boy, Andrew. Mommy probably fought for him to get his way all his life, and now he mad. I absolutely believe that. He seems very spoiled and entitled. Oh, really? They do, Jane Doe. Now, Jane, do you think that maybe this is just them like acting? You know what I mean? Because I will say this, for Yara and Julia, very different on this reunion than they are on the show. Very, very different. And I just feel like, they are probably putting on a lot for the show and that this wasn't really their reality. Not mad at it. I just think that when I'm watching them, I'm like, Yara, you're really different. You used to get mad at Andrew, at Jovi about anything. Excuse me. Now you're just letting stuff slide? What's the tea, sis? What's the tea? Yes! Road runner. Beep, 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 beep. I am definitely a road runner when I see a coyote. Definitely. Absolutely agree. If that's what he's like in public, behind closed doors, much worse. Absolutely. I think it is such a disservice for this show to not have recorded any of Andrew's calls to Amira. I'm telling you, if you watch the Bling Ring, I'm telling you, I feel like their conversations are just like that call that Power Ranger gave to his girlfriend when she was birthday shopping with Anna. I think that's how their calls were. I think he was very emotionally and mentally abusive to Amira, but he knew when to show it and when not to show it. Because he would always act so shocked. Oh, she didn't get on the plane. I don't know why she didn't get on the plane. And then Amira shows us these text messages. She didn't get on the plane because of you. Look what you wrote to her. Absolutely a disservice for them not to allow us to hear how he actually spoke to her, because I'm telling you, I believe it was much worse. Much, much worse. It's Kimberly. Hey sis, I want to go find the Nikki Star Live with the spider. I didn't see that one. I think it's my third to last Real Housewives of Orange County live. It happens like at around the 30-minute mark, I believe. No, foxes are much smaller, Tony. Tony said, are they the same as a fox, like a coyote? No, foxes are much smaller, way cuter, scarier sound though. Their sounds are like, it's weird. That's my best fox impersonation. I used to live by a creek in Philly, and we always had foxes around that creek. Absolutely beautiful, majestic, wild animals. Don't get close, but they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Coyotes, wolves on crack, basically. Wolves on crack. Very scary. Very scary, Tony. I love how we're all bonding over coyote trauma. Our Brown said, I see them in my backyard. Girl, I can't. I'm supposed to go out for a walk. Damn it. I'm going to have to start going earlier. But this is the thing, right? If I go too early, I don't want to get kidnapped. I'm a woman. That's what we got to deal with. I don't want to get kidnapped or murdered if I go too early. And if I go too late, I don't want to be assaulted by a coyote. What do you do? Because I literally hate working out in the gym. It's not for me. The 10K steps a day is something that I can keep up with. Oh, God. Darn it, darn it, darn it. You know what? I'm actually oh wait, street pigeon games roaming the street. I thought you were actually talking about pigeons. I'm from Philly. I'm actually really comfortable around pigeons. But I think you're talking about the coyotes. Oh God. Vodka, what's up, my love? Vodka said, hey, Nikki, I keep missing you because these days have been crazy for me. Listen, don't worry about it. As long as you're here now, you stay booked and busy. I love it. I love it. And I am. They're terrifying. They are terrifying. If you don't know what a coyote looks like, go Google it. Sorry. I apologize in advance. They're absolutely terrifying. Now, think about 20 of them roaming the streets, hungry, looking for food, making that weird sound. Child, and don't let them see a small dog. The Red Ranger. Yup. Go watch the Bling Ring. The way he growled at that woman, and she just took it. And I was just like, if this is how he is over the phone, what is he like in person? Ciao. No, Tony, I do not think that Mike cheated with that chick that's coming on next episode. I think, what was that? Oh, hey, Bonnie. Bonnie, thank you so much for the Venmo. Thank you, Bonnie. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you so much, Bonnie. I don't think that Mike cheated with the chick coming on next episode. I do think that Mike cheated with the barber. I think it's something there. I'm not letting that go. Because it's always the one you don't think. Arnold Schwarzenegger, N-word. I don't know. Listen, I can't say that man's name without saying the N-word, so I just don't say it. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, nobody would ever thought that he would be taking that maid down on a daily basis. Took her down so many times she got pregnant. She probably got pregnant a couple times because I feel like she was banging him for years, or he was banging her for years. Child. It's always the ones you don't know. Be like, her? He's sleeping with her, the girl that looked like Gollum with a dead eye. Yup. To a man, a hole is a hole. Like, damn, I'm telling you, you cannot. It's so sad. Hey, straight woman. Sorry. You really got to think about it, right? If a man will have sex with a sock, what makes you think he's not going, enter any kind of random raggedy vagina? What makes you think? If your man is banging socks, if those are his first sexual encounters, girl, a warm vagina, no matter what it's attached to, even if it's attached to a freaking triceratops, he's still gonna bang it. What I tell you, pray for straight women. Pray for us. Lord. Oh, I hope you're watching, lady. I know that demon hates when I do that. Oh, I'm taking my iron pills for everybody who was concerned. I'm back on my iron. I'm going to try to get off it again. I'm changing my diet, so we'll see. I'm telling Tony, I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. I think the barber is Mike's soulmate. No, guys, every question that you asked me about Mike is going to be the same thing. Kimberly Rivers, do you think that Mike came back from Ukraine and got a girlfriend after Natalie gave his ring back? No, I think he came back from the Ukraine and got with the barber. I'm telling you, it's her. It's always been her. It's always Bonnie. Ciao. I'm gonna lower my voice because I wasn't supposed to have watched this because I was a child. Listen, curiosity killed the cat. But shout out to millennials. Y'all remember that real sex episode where that man was having sex with them robots, them dolls? Y'all remember when that grown man bought that doll that had like a motor in her mouth? Remember that? Men are buying these things. Men are buying these dolls and having sex. You don't bring no vaginas around him. They bang dolls. Dolls. Y'all remember when that sicko was unboxing that doll and tested out her mouth? HBO was wild back in the day. Y'all remember Size Queen? Taxi Cab Confessions? Oh, I'm a size queen, honey. I like to be tortured, child. I remember going back to school the next day like, did you see? We were all saying we were size queens. We had no idea what that meant. That's why you got to get the block on your cable. You got to get the block. I'm definitely getting a block on the cable for my kids. It's only Disney Plus in this household. Got to get the blocker on that cable. I was like, what is he going to do with this doll? Oh, child. Oh, child. Yes, it's the Purple Kisses. Hey, sis. Beautiful. It is. It's the barber with the weird cut, not the crutchy perm. Yeah, not her. It's the one with the bayang. The bayang and no sides. It's her. It's her. I'm telling you. It's her. No, Kimberly, she doesn't like the fact I got a, Nikki anemic. So I got a little thing with ice. So it's just like a thing. Like I have to when the ice melts and it starts breaking down to little pieces, I like to suck up the ice and chew it. And somebody wrote like a whole paragraph about how she hated that. So like when I do it, because I can't stop doing it, I always think of her. Really? I have Disney Plus. It is all cartoons and WandaVision. That's it, Baka. That is it. Oh yeah. See, Purple Kisses. My mom was on to me about that one, so I could never get in the zane. I would just hear about it, but she knew about that one. She knew about that one. She was on us about that one. A whole eye full. Child, I'm a size queen, honey. Then she was like, remember when she was getting out her car, she was getting dropped off, and she was just like, hello? Yeah, no. Yeah, I could be there in an hour. Okay. All right. Baby, you got to take me to this next location. Money is calling. The people who raised us, oh my gosh. I don't think Size Queen knows that she raised like a generation of millennials. Oh, you are so like you are a part of history, a millennial history. Oh yeah, you know, Miss Brown, do you know how these lives go? I done jumped in and y'all getting into the foolishness, much needed. You know how we do. Ciao. See, no, oh, I'm telling all my business. My parents had illegal cable, so we just had everything. But my mom was good on like certain stuff, but she didn't know about all that HBO stuff, man. I'm telling you, I'll never forget. We were all repeating the Size Queen whole like all the dialogue. We were all repeating it. Children, I'm a size queen, honey. Don't know what the hell we saying. We were like so like, wow. Watching it today, I'm like, well, that's what I'm saying. When people are just like, oh, my kids can't watch this because it's going to make my kid do this and make my kid. If you're a kid, you don't know what's going on. So you don't really realize, like, listen, all of us watch Ren and Stimpy and we just thought it was a cartoon. You watch it today as an adult and you're just like, oh my God, I should not have been watching this. I didn't know the context behind it. I was a child. Oh, we talk about the barber? Come on, Kimberly. Kimberly said Mike was talking to her like she was his therapist, and she got him to go to therapy with Natalie. Just like a wife. Just like a soulmate. CB said they need to bring all that back. I remember a few episodes of each series and I had no business watching. I'm telling you, Taxi Cab Confessions, Size Queen is the only one I remember. And Real Sex, that doll is the only thing that I remember. Because how could you forget that? How could you forget a grown man butt naked unboxing a doll and testing out her mouth? HBO, you are wrong for that. Don't you ever bring programming like that back to our TVs. Ever. A messy memory lane, Bonnie. Bonnie said we going down memory lane, a messy memory lane. See, my mom had no idea because I think wasn't Ren and Stimpy see, it was on Cartoon Network. So you're thinking cartoons, kids, but baby, them cartoons was something else. Even on Animaniacs, you watch Animaniacs today. There are a lot of adult, jokes in there. Same thing with Shrek. Right? I wasn't a kid when Shrek came out, but I watched Shrek as like that's why a lot of older people like adults or whatever like Shrek because we got the jokes that kids didn't get. So it was a great family movie to watch because there was something for all of us. Very smart. Kimberly, what show was that? Oh, Nickelodeon. You're right, Cameron. It was on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, Noggin. Do y'all remember Noggin? Is Noggin still around? Nickelodeon, Noggin, and Cartoon Network. Those were the Disney. Hi, I'm Nikki, and you're watching the Disney Channel. I watched all of those shows, but like those were like the kid networks that my mom thought, and it's just like, girl, You have no idea. Ren and Stimpy had no business being on Nickelodeon. No business. No business. Vulgar animals. Like these vulgar animals. What were they, a rat or something? A rat and a gerbil? Inappropriate. That's all I know. Inappropriate animals. Sure did, Keisha. Willy Wonka had adult jokes too. Sure did. The funny thing is, I don't know if CB is talking about real sex or Ren and Stimpy. Y'all remember the episode where they were climaxing in a circle with no touch? Who are you talking about? See what I'm saying? That's how inappropriate Ren and Stimpy was. That is how inappropriate. But you know what? Nickelodeon is always putting some stuff on there that shouldn't be on there. Because I think that's where my little sister discovered Degrassi. I was literally watching an episode with her doing my schoolwork. Like, not like, because we were latchkey kids. I was like babysitting her, but I was still doing my homework because I don't feel like that. I was that kid. The day I had homework, I did it because I didn't feel like it. As soon as I got home, I did my homework. So I'm doing homework, and all of a sudden, I'm watching this episode with her, and the girl talk about getting drunk and going to see her girlfriend strip. I'm like, what the hell are you watching? What is this? What is this? Degrassi? That was not for kids. That was not a kid's show. I love how we were all watching these shows as children and we should not have. How the hell did HBO tap into a kid market? Because everybody has watched these shows. We all have as children. Kimberly, I don't remember Gigolos. I do not remember Gigolos. SL said, thank you for the super chat, SL. Thank you. Oh shoot, I gotta get out of here. I'm making I gotta send that stuff to Drag Race, but I'm making I'm making soup. Follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna take you through the process. And my thing is done. My if you heard that ding, that's my my crock pot. SL said, not related, but did you know that Coulter will be on Good Morning America tomorrow with something personal that he wants to share? We know what it'll be, I bet. Yeah, I think we all know what it'll be. Yeah, I know. I just didn't want to talk about it because you know what I mean? Like it's, listen, just know there's going to be a batch chat. Just know there's going to be a batch chat. I didn't want to put up anything because I just want to wait for, him to say his piece and then we'll be commenting on it. But I think he'll finally have some much needed peace. So yeah, thank you, SL, for the super chat. Well, then Aaliyah, Degrassi was technically the end, which turned into Teen Nick, which was for teens. Was that Noggin? No, Noggin was for middle school, right? And then Nick Teens. The hell with Noggin and Nick Teens. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you which was the best. I don't think they have it anymore, but the best segment ever on Nick at Night, on Nickelodeon was Nick at Night. Oh my gosh. The Honeymooners, which, come to think of it, that was a show they shouldn't have had on there anyway, because Ralph was abusive. He was abusing his wife, right in the kisser. But the Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Tyler Moore, those were all my shows. The Carol Burnett Show. Has anybody seen Gigolos? Because Kimberly is the only one. Who else has seen Cat House? What were y'all watching? Oh, L Boogie. Of course, L Boogie remembers Gigolo. What was Gigolos? What is that? Noggin was in the morning. I love Noggin. That's where I watched The Gnome. Oh God, y'all got me reminiscing. Listen, don't grow up. It's a trap. I love being a kid, watching Noggin, eating my oatmeal, watching the Gnome. Oh, David the gnome. Oh yeah, that's what I talked about. That 106 a perfect star said. There's non-invasive lipo now, right? No cutting. Yes, that's I talked about that earlier. I was just like, I got to talk to Rebecca. I got to talk to Rebecca. I need to know. Rebecca's getting good work done. Good work done. It was not for the babies. That's what David. Wait, was I too old to be watching David the Gnome? I don't care. I love David the Gnome. Nick at Night was my favorite pastime. Oh yeah, we're talking about Colton on The Bachelor. He's making an announcement tomorrow on Good Morning America. To be honest with you, it's like, Colton, you don't have to make an announcement. You know what I mean? But we're here for you. We're here to watch your documentary. Definitely going to do a batch chat. I'm just waiting to see it first and, see if it's even something I should be discussing. You know what I mean? So look out for that. But there's also going to be, wait, I'm doing another batch chat, right? Shoot, aren't I doing another batch chat? I don't know if I'm going to do a live on that one. That might just be edited because I got a lot to say about Matt. And not what you think. It's not what you think. But this Matt and Rachel situation is getting real messy, and I got a lot to say about that. As told by Ginger. Yes, we had some good cartoons. Pepper Ann. You know what? This might be the reason why I really like people with red hair. And I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking about like there were a lot of kid shows at the time that I was growing up where the lead characters all have red hair. As Told by Ginger, Pepper Ann, Pippi Longstocking, Teen Witch. The 80s and 90s loved a lead with red hair. Oh, Chucky. I told you about the time that I dismembered my kid sister doll and put different. Oh, should I be telling y'all that? But I put her body in different body parts because I thought she was Chucky and I didn't want her to come back to life. Like I watched Child's Play with my sister. She forced me to watch it. Traumatic. Older sister thing. Forced me to watch it. And my mom, I had the red. This was before they had the black kid sisters. I had the red-headed kid sister with the freckles. After I watched Child's Play, I could not sleep. I'm telling you, I slept all the way through school the next morning because I was just so terrified that if I slept, if I went to sleep, she would come alive and kill me and my whole family. So that night, because I just could not get any sleep, I took several trash bags and I like pulled her body apart. And what I couldn't pull, I cut. Now I wonder why I love the ID channel. And I put it in separate bags because in Child's Play, Chucky's body was able to come back together because the body parts were near. So I was just like, oh, her body parts are not coming back together. Put them in separate trash bags and I put them all in the trash. My mom still asks me about what happened to my kid sister. You'll never know. That demon wasn't killing me and my family. Nope. No, sir, no, ma'am. You know what? What if I would have kept her? I could have got a lot of money for that freaking kid sister on eBay. My kid sister, my Light Bright, my Teddy Ruxpin doll. I've never thrown away my kids' toys because you never know. You never know. That's okay. Anna, what? No, Cameron. Now, wait a minute, Cameron. What were you watching? Okay. We were still kids. Oh, yes, a lot going on in Bachelor Nation. Yes, Purple Kisses. I love As Told by Ginger. That's exactly what we're going to talk about, El Boogie. El Boogie said, I'm mad. Now they're trying to spin the victimhood on Matt. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Oh, see, I didn't have Gigolos was on Showtime. I didn't have Showtime. We had HBO and Cinemax. We did not have Showtime. My mom wouldn't buy that bundle. Ciao. See, I need to, whoever Rebecca went to, that's where I need to go. Listen, Kimberly, I didn't want to say it because I think Sean Robinson is a great host. I enjoyed Rebecca. Because this is the thing. I want a host that also has an opinion, right? It doesn't need to be a divisive opinion, but I think I would love to have a host. Did I right? Thank you so much, Mama. I thought she was going to ask me about real sex. Y'all see my heart? I was like, I would love to have a host that just has an opinion that, like, I don't want to take sides or be like divisive, but like Andrew is awful, right? I would want a host to be like, Andrew, you're a terrible human, or you've treated Amira terribly. Something. I just feel like Sean has to be so neutral because she has to cater to the cast members. That's why I said I would love for it to be somebody from the 90 Day Fiance family, because there's already a respect and trust there because they've all are going through or have been through the same process. Rebecca did absolutely great, Kimberly. I enjoyed her. Best show ever, J Girl. You can't do that on television. Double Dare, best show ever. El Boogie said, let's not go down the Skinamax road. I would never know. We never had that. Oh, no, we never, was it Showtime? Yeah, Cinemax had the terrible acting. Softcore porn. The things you own. But you're a kid, so it doesn't really affect you in that way. But now I'm like, oh my God. Nikki. So Miss Brown Sugar said, y'all say more about this Matt situation. I'm too lazy to look it up apparently, but still want the tea. So this is all for my batch chat people. This is all, we're talking about Matt, the first Black Bachelor, and all of Bachelor Nation history. There is the girl that he broke up with because she was going to plantation parties before they got together. She went out to see him, and like now her camp is saying that he is cheating on her with another girl, like basically trying to make it seem like Matt is playing her and taking advantage of her. But I feel like they're saying that to take the heat off of her from the awful things that she has done. And I will not let that happen. Not on my watch. So we're going to talk about that. But I think the Colton one is going to come first because I think that is the batch chat that's going to be more relevant at that point. But I got to say my piece about that Matt situation. It's fine. We can always have a difference of opinion on here at NikkiStar TV. Even if your opinion is wrong, you can have it. The Dick Van Dyke Show, Mary Tyler Moore, I Love Lucy, classic television. Right? Me too, Kimberly. Me too. I love David the No Man Tillies. I love David the Lone. Nick has went through so many transitions. Noggin, Nick at Night, Nick Jr., Nick Teen. Just be Nickelodeon and have all that content on there. Oh, yes. Yes. All these shows shaped us. All these shows shaped us. I couldn't get into Beavis and Butthead. Everybody liked it. All the boys at Usher loved Beavis and Butthead at my school. I couldn't get into it. I could not get into it. You're welcome, Miss Brown Sugar. Thanks, NikkiStar TV. Also, when will Matt get some good sense? These people ain't your friends. I don't know. He's 30. I don't know. I do not know. I do not know. Yep, Purple Kisses, Commentary Kingdom. All those shows were good. Yes. See. Yes. Wait. Who? I just missed it. Darn it. I just missed it. But somebody was talking about I Dream of Jeannie, Gidget. Wait. She's a. What is the one where Patty Duke was a twin? Patty Duke. Hold on. Patty Duke was a twin, right? What was that show? Was it the Patty Duke show? Yeah, the Patty Duke show. Where she played the twin. They look alike. They talk alike. They talk. They even think alike. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins. Hey, identical cousins. That one, you listen. Put some respect on Nick at Night, baby. Put some respect. I miss Nick at Night. They need to bring that back. They need to bring that back. Yep. Identical cousins. Thank you, C. Golden. Yes. Who was that? Who know who that is? Oh wait, I didn't hit the wrong thing. Yes. Yes, B Fly Nick. But Graciela, who is Dobie Gillis? Y'all about to get me with the names because I don't know. I will say back in the day, our shows had some good theme songs. I'll never forget Amen. Shine on the light of heaven now. Hey, shine on. Y'all know Aretha Franklin did that? The 80s and 90s, my God, today. Child, we grew up with some good stuff. Eureka's Castle. Oh, you're going to make me cry. Remember Eureka's Castle? Oh, yeah, me too, El Boogie. El Boogie said, my old love of TV shows as a kid had me not realizing these people were ancient in my current. I had unreasonable questions. Yeah, I told you, I used to love me some Keanu Reeves. And then I realized he was like 5 years younger than my mom. I was like, he's how old? That was like my first crush. No, that wasn't my first crush. My first crush. Throw your tomatoes if you must. But back in the day, he was that dude. My first crush was Elijah Wood. Like my first, like TV or whatever crush, like actor crush. We all had those kind of crushes. My first crush was Elijah Wood. Back in the day, there was no other kid, no other boy who was doing all them damn movies. Elijah Wood was in everything. Then it was Brandon Adams from The People Under the Stairs. Then it was, y'all know who the other guy is, but I'm not telling y'all because isn't he in prison now for like beating up this Asian man because he was Asian and he didn't want him in his neighborhood? But it was all the Mighty Ducks boys. I loved all of the Mighty Ducks boys I had a crush on. All of the Mighty Ducks boys. And then Usher hit the scene. Just call me on Mac. Hey. Because I got it like that. And it was over. It was over for them boys after Usher hit the scene. Over. See, Golden said, who didn't like Keanu? My mom said that. My mom was like, he's grown, Nikki. He's grown. But you're a kid. You don't understand. You think that everybody is your age until they aren't. Oh, I love the talent. We have great talent in this group. We watch some good shows. Oh, Mary A.C. Slater, of course. Of course. Bananas in pajamas. Cameron. Oh God. No, I'm not speaking that man's name on this live. Not on this channel. I was so disappointed in him. So I had a whole poster of that fool. I was in love with him. I won't say his name, but I will say the name of his character in The Sandlot, Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez. I love Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez. I love me some Benjamin Franklin Rodriguez. Fine, right? Jeff Goldblum was fine back in the day, but now, damn near 80-year-old Jeff Goldblum can get it. Can we be real? Jeff Goldblum can get it. 80-year-old Jeff Goldblum. Okay. Listen. Give me a break. I sure do need one. Oh my God. Miss Brown Sugar said, Advice Queen randomly. My mom and I just saw Give Me a Break today. Listen, I will say this. I told you in the beginning, these chats never stay on track. But I just saw Give Me a Break today, and we both didn't realize that Joey Lawrence was the Joey in that show. That child worked. Oh, he was booked and busy. Joey Lawrence was booked and busy all the way up until like he was 30. I mean, he's still booked and busy now, but before Joey, all them Lawrence boys was in everything. That whole family was working. I think when Joey Lawrence tried to become like an R&B pop star, it didn't work out. I think that's when the acting kind of slowed down for that. I think it was right after It's Nothing My Love Can't Fix for You, Baby. Oh, oh, oh. I gotta have it. Oh, 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 hey. It's Nothing My Love Can't Fix for You, Baby. That was my song though. I thought he would have, took off. But I just thought he was cute because, that's what people were pushing to us. Nell Carter was that girl. Nell Carter was that girl. Blossom had all of us wearing them bucket hats. There's a picture of me in my Blossom phase. That if that picture ever gets out, I will pay whoever all the money in the world to burn that picture. I had a real weird Blossom phase. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about this is why I was bullied. Why the hell was I dressing like Punky Brewster and Blossom in the hood? You see what I'm saying? That's why I was bullied, but I could fight. I wasn't bullied for long. Didn't we love him? Didn't we love him, Advice Queen? Didn't we love our Romeo? Oh, Leo, what? You had our hearts. What? Leonardo DiCaprio had our hearts. Our hearts. But for me, there was still too many. I couldn't really focus on Leo, but I started to focus on him after Romeo and Juliet. Him and Claire Danes. Was it just me? I wanted them to be married and have kids. I said, there's no way you two are perfect for each other. That was my movie. Oh, 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 hey, there's nothing my love can't fix for you, baby. Oh, Boogie said every little white boy on TV was Joey Lawrence when I was a kid. It was Joey or Matthew. Then his other little brother started working, but Joey and Matthew were the only two I could really focus on because they looked so much alike and they had very aggressive eyebrows. Very aggressive in a cute way. We love them Lawrence boys. We love them Lawrence boys. Pink Petals. My So-Called Life was so good. So good. Jared Leto was in his 30s on that show. Claire Danes was 15. Hollywood need to repent. Hollywood needs to repent. Sure did, Denard. Leonardo DiCaprio had women and men's hearts. He sure did. Can I tell you, Advice Queen? He had a hold on me in his Calvin Klein days. Then some things came out about him. But in his Calvin Klein days, he had a hold on me. First of all, I was really too young to be looking at. You know what? Why was he getting married? That grown man, child. Why was that grown man around for me, Lord? Anyway, Benson, C. Golden said, girl, I was watching Benson. I love that show. Benson Webster. Remember, like, what was it, the 80s? I think it was the late 80s, early 90s. Like, every TV show was about, like, a white family adopted a little black boy. Go back and look at all them TV shows. There was always a little black boy getting adopted by a white family and teaching them about race in America. America is crazy. This nation is insane. There was a season, years of TV shows about white families adopting black kids who taught them about race. This nation is crazy. Oh my God. Oh, yes, different stroke. Oh, TGI Fridays. Yes, TGI Friday. That was the best. We did have some. Oh, Alf. There was also a season in the 80s when white people were adopting aliens. Remember that? Aliens and like mythical creatures. It was Alf, and it was another show where they adopted like Bigfoot. White people adopted all these things. It was a white adoption storyline for like close to a decade in the 80s and 90s. What the hell? Oh, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, there were a lot of white families adopting Black children and aliens. Because everybody was doing drugs. Everybody was doing drugs. Oh, I'm doing a separate video about, Billy. I did see that. I'm doing a separate video for that. Planet with Danny. How long have you been here? You know. Zoobly Zoo was my favorite. Zoobly Zoo. Hey, Zoobly Zoo. Ah, magic and wonders are waiting for you. Ben Vereen. We had Ben Vereen on our freaking show. Come on. The quality, the talent. These kids will never know. They will never know the quality of shows we had back in the day. They would never know. Real quick before I get off of here. Is anybody, because I feel like everybody remembers this episode, that taught me a lot, right? The Different Strokes episode where Arnold exposed like his neighbor for being a molester. Remember that white man that was giving all the kids bikes, but he was like molesting them to give them a bike? And remember when he tried to go molest Arnold, and Arnold was like, "What you talking about, Willis?" Remember that? That's where we, I feel like that was a very prominent show for all of us to like really learn about the touching, because I feel like we all probably have the conversation about how adults shouldn't touch you with our parents, but watching that play out, I was like, what? And it seemed like everybody watched the episode. We will never have that again because of like all the streaming services. There's so much to watch. But back in the day when it was just like these big three networks and nothing else to like really compete with, we all like collectively as a nation watch the same show. So we'll never have those shared experiences ever again because there's just so much content for people to watch. But back in the day when there just wasn't a lot, like you would come to school the next day and you would have that conversation about the show that you just watched. I remember all of us talking about that episode and like just these kids chatting about what to do and what not to do when you encounter a molester. Different strokes. Different strokes. Advice Queen, you okay? Alf was your boyfriend. All right, I'm praying for you. He can get it in Tilly's today. Today. Yes, Tenard. I love how we watch all the same shows. Oh, of course, we all watch the Golden Girls. I know. That's what I loved about that time, Miss Brown Sugar. I know. I kind of miss appointment TV. It's so hard to compare notes with friends when everyone watches something at different times. Yep. I'm just, getting into WandaVision. All my friends have already watched it, right? It's just like, oh God. Mork and Mindy was good. With the same host, Advice Queen? With the same host? Wow. Elboogie said, I just bought a Golden Girls card game at Goodwill. Hold on to that. Kimberly Oliver, WandaVision. I love y'all so much. I should have been out of here. My freaking soup is probably boiling over. WandaVision is a Disney Plus show where like one of the Avengers is doing a TV show. Let me get out of here, y'all. Let me get out of here so I can eat and make my soup. Yeah, follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be taking y'all through the soup process. Right now, I'm making the stock. Then I'm going to, I'm slow cooking it. So I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients in to make my soup. But follow me on Instagram if you want to see that process. Anyway, look out on this channel for some batch chat stuff. I think I'm going to do 2 batch chats this week. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah, I want to do 2 batch chats this week. Of course, Married at First Sight Live is coming up. Real Housewives of New Jersey. And then definitely doing some drag race stuff because of what's happening this week. But yeah, look out for all of those things. Again, I say it every time because I definitely do mean it. I thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, for sharing. Everything that you do to enhance the community here is a true blessing to me, and I thank you. You know I enjoy my time with you because I was been supposed to get off of here, but we're still here. I love y'all. Let me get out of here. Y'all all have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're at, and I will see you soon for something else. Love you guys. Mwah. Come on out of the room. Whoa. Oh, I knew that would happen. Come on out of the room. Yeah. We had so much to talk about. So won't you come on out of the room? Come on. Come on. Come on.